It's raining. It is raining very profusely. Is that how you'd say that? It's raining a lot, so I'm gonna grab some food. It says after 1 it's supposed to stop raining, but it's still gonna be really cloudy. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. All right, time for food. How about died of boredom? A lot of homework done. I ate, which is nice. So now we're gonna ride around, see what we can find.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours at stake. Look behind your back.
We meet again, duck wannabes.
Where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers. Standing in this shade. Going louder, we are all one color. Standing in their way.
Johnson, if you ever see this, you're one cool dude, man. Finally back at the house. As you guys saw, we went and we did a little bit of pre-ordering for tomorrow. There is a poll on Twitter that will be closing in a little bit. By the time this video goes up, it'll probably be less than 12 hours. So if you guys are interested at all in trying to decide which copy that I get, go ahead and head over to whichever way Twitter is down your local street. Vote on that. What I thought we would do is, with the recent CP balance, I kind of just wanted to go over, now that the things are actually live, what you should be looking for in terms of typing, who the best Pokemon is in types, and possibly a couple of runner-ups. We will also be going over defenders, as the defending list has been shaken up a little bit. To start off with, we have Machamp as our best fighting type Pokemon. The fighting type is extremely useful. Being that the best defenders are generally normal type, that's a big deal because most normal types are weak to fighting type. Machamp still holds out as the best fighting type. The best moveset that you want to look for is Counter or Karate Chop, which Karate Chop is a legacy move, and Dynamic Punch as your charge move. Breloom is a great budget fighting type move. He actually has a better attack stat and a higher DPS than Machamp, but he's not got as much of a TDO, so he's not going to be able to output nearly as much damage over a period of time. He just does more damage per second. Next we have Dark, and Dark actually got shaken up a little bit with the Gen 4 Pokemon that have came out. Weavile is now the best Dark type attacker. You're going to be looking for Faint Attack and Dark Pulse. I'm really leaning towards doing Weavile first, just because I really like Weavile. He's a really cool Pokemon. He is going to be the best DPS. He doesn't have the best TDO by any means. Tyranitar is still very good. He does have a lot higher TDO, but he does do less DPS. So for that, you're going to be looking for Bite Crunch. Honestly, Houndoom is probably the easiest and the most budget friendly. Honchkrow means that you're going to have to wait for a Sinnoh Stone, so that may be kind of in the way. Weavile's the same thing. Tyranitar's means that you either have to have the party to get the raids done, or you have to have enough Larvitar, and neither of those are very common. For some stupid reason, Tier 4 raids are the least likely to show up. Did you know that? Psychic, no surprise here. You're going to want to go for Mewtwo. Confusion and Psychic is his best moveset as a Psychic attacker. Azaleaf is a Gen 4 legendary that will be coming out. It's kind of like the legendary trio that most gens have. Confusion and Future Sight is his best moveset. Espeon is also a really good, really good Psychic attacker. The only problem is it's kind of squishy. Your best Dragon attacker is going to be Rayquaza. I was actually talking to somebody on Reddit about this earlier. Rayquaza has the best DPS out of any dragon, but his TDO is not quite as high as Dragonite. So depending on your situation, it's probably better to use Rayquaza. Palkia and Garchomp are both in Gen 4. Palkia is one of the legendaries from Gen 4, so it might be a while before we get that. It's probably going to be exclusive to raids at some point, so I'm kind of excited for that. Fairy, we only have 2. And that's just generally because there's not a whole lot in the fairy market, especially since there's no fairy type fast move yet. Your best move on Gardevoir is going to be Confusion and Dazzling Gleam. Togekiss is going to be Hidden Power or Air Slash. Really just kind of depends on what you're going up against. I personally would probably have Air Slash instead of Hidden Power. That's just me. Across the Steel type, you do have Metagross being the best, which Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash obviously is Legacy coming from the Community Day. It's an insane move. It puts Metagross at like number 7 on like top DPS period out of everything, so he's really good. And here you have Dialga coming in again with his moveset, Metal Claw and Iron Head being the best Steel type moveset. Next we're going to move on to Rock. Rampardos is one of the Gen 4 Pokemon that have yet to be released, but is going to shake up the Rock type. Smackdown and Rock Slide are going to be his best moves, and he has like such a huge attack stat, it's insane. He's going to be kind of a glass cannon, but with the Rock typing, he's not going to be weak to a bunch of different stuff, so hopefully with the right matchup, you should be able to do a lot of damage with this thing. Tyranitar, of course, your Smackdown is a Community Day Legacy move, so if you don't have that, Tyranitar is not really a great Rock type attacker. Rhyperior, Smackdown, and Stone Edge, I'm super excited to get that. That will probably be my second. Ice type. Ice is going to be huge because Gen 4 has a lot of dragon types that are going to be in raids with Palkia. We're probably going to get Rayquaza back sometime soon. They're probably going to release his shiny, so ice types are going to be kind of like pretty meta coming up soon. Mamoswine is going to be Gen 4, which of course we don't have him yet. Powder Snow and Avalanche are going to be his best moveset. He's going to be insane. He's got quite a bit of bulk and he's going to output a lot of damage. Weavile is going to be your second best bet. Ice Shard and Avalanche on the ice moves there. He's going to be a little bit of a glass cannon, but he's still going to be really good. Fire types, you're going to have Moltres with Fire Spin and Overheat. Moltres is the best fire type in general terms. Heatran is a legendary from Gen 4, so he will probably be in raids at some point. And since he is steel and fire, you're going to want to be looking for fighting, ground, and water as your super effective damage against Heatran. So anything that can output good fighting type moves, ground type moves, or water type moves are going to become really helpful against Heatran. Venusaur has a huge huge TDO because of how bulky it is. With Frenzy Plant as its legacy move from its community day, it has a lot of use. It is the best grass type. Roserade being from Gen 4 does do quite a bit more DPS, but it's definitely more of a glass cannon because it doesn't have nearly as much of a stamina or a defensive stat. In the electric department, you have Electivire being the best. He took Raikou's spot. Raikou is definitely a lot bulkier, but Electivire will do a little bit more DPS, so depending on your situation, you can kind of toss them. Water, of course, you're going to have Kyogre. Kyogre's going to stay at the top for forever, it seems like. Waterfall and Hydro Pump are going to be your best water type on that. Feraligatr actually pulls out at the number 2 spot with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. If I could find more Totodiles that were decent, I may invest into a Feraligatr, but my Feraligatr currently has 400 CP, and I don't want to invest in that. Ground typing, we're going to have Groudon. Groudon is going to be the best, just like Kyogre for a long, long time. Mudslap and Earthquake are going to be your best moves that you're going to want. Garchomp, of course, being from Gen 4, Mamoswine being from Gen 4, Rhyperior being from Gen 4, all of those are going to be really good. Rhyperior, of course, is the only one that we can get at the moment, but he's going to be really good. Bug types. My favorite. Scizor actually pulls out to be the best. I am actually going to invest in a Scizor. The reason that Scizor is so good is because he has that steel typing as his backup, which puts so many good resistances on him. If I'm not mistaken, he's literally only weak to fire, but it is a 4 times weakness to fire, so Scizor is actually really good. Pinsir coming in at second, which is a really easy investment. If you go out during the rain, then Pinsirs, for me at least, spawn everywhere. They're pretty easy to get a hold of and actually invest in. Flying type, of course, you're going to have Rayquaza again and Moltres again. This Moltres moveset is the one that I currently have. I have 3. I don't plan on TMing them. I plan on keeping mine as a flying type attacker only because it's a legacy move and I don't want to get rid of it. Okay? That's really the only reason. Ghost types, of course, you're going to have Gengar. Gengar's going to be the best for quite a while. His Shadow Ball is just unmatched. He's just such a great glass cannon. Mewtwo, of course, pulling in second there with Shadow Ball as his legacy move. That's the biggest issue. A lot of people do not have the Shadow Ball as his legacy move, so Gengar is definitely your best bet. Poison typing, Roserade actually pulls out to be the best poison type coming from Gen 4. Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. I mean, Poison type isn't super useful right now anyways. I don't know if it really ever will be, just because it's one of those odd typings, kind of like Bug. It just never really has a good place. But Roserade is actually a really, really good poison attacker. Gengar coming in second. And last but not least, we do have the normal type, which is going to be Porygon Z pulling out the most DPS here. Hidden Power, which is going to be a rock type on Porygon Z. And then you're going to have Hyper Beam as his charge move. He's just amazing. I mean, he really, really pushes out a lot of DPS. The only problem is that it's completely neutral DPS, so probably not going to be super good in most situations. You're not going to be able to take advantage of Stab, which is a big help in a lot of situations. That is actually going to be all of the best attackers by type currently in the game. Next, we're going to look at the top defenders currently in Pokemon Go. This does reflect the CP rebalance with the defensive stat changing and the way that HP is calculated. Blissey, of course, does not get knocked off the throne. It is going to be the top defender for quite a while. It's crazy how good it is. It's crazy that it still stayed on top even after how bad it got nerfed. It lost like 29% of its tankiness or something like that. Chansey, of course, is pulling in at second, which is no surprise, being Blissey's younger sister, or whatever you would want to call that messed up kind of relationship. Snorlax being third. Umbreon is actually fourth, which is interesting. I wouldn't have expected Umbreon to be fourth on the list. Steelix, I can understand, being the steel type, it will resist quite a lot, and it does have a huge, huge defensive stat. Lapras is actually going to be in here. Melodic, whatever. It's actually going to be on here. Slacking, Tyranitar, and Relicanth to actually finish it off. Togekiss should be relatively good. I'm gonna have to do some research to figure out how high Togekiss actually lands on here. So that is actually gonna be all of the attackers and defenders. As far as the CP rebalance goes, the game has definitely been shaken up a little bit. I waited to do evolutions. I didn't want to go through them today, only because I'm gonna be getting the Sinnoh Stone anyways tomorrow, and that means that I'm gonna be doing an evolution, so might as well clump that in with the tons and tons that I have saved up. We are going to finish every single evolution that we can, except for Credillia, I think, is the only one that I'll need. I don't need any other evolutions. I'm literally looking for Lunatone, and I'm done. Pending that legendaries come back and we don't consider regionals, I'm actually done with everything that I can be done with. So Lunatone, if you're out there and you're watching my video, be nice. Show up one morning for me. Show up one evening on my way home. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you like to hit the like button, go ahead and do that. If you want to leave a comment down below, let me know what you got to say. Until tomorrow, guys, I will see you guys... Oh, wait. Scratch that. Until the next video, I will see you guys... No, that sounds stupid too. Whatever. Catch you guys in the next one.